Okay, I think we're live now.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar series. My name is John Greene, the Customer Success Manager at EON Reality, and have my colleague here, Marcin.
Hi, guys. Hello and welcome from Europe in this case. My name is Marcin Kascia, and I'm also Customer Success Manager based in the EMEA region.
Great. Well, we have an exciting agenda for you today. Really looking forward to this, to showing you these exciting tools, what we call EON Merged XR and EON Spatial meetings. We're going to show you a variety of scenarios, a variety of use cases. We'll roll up our sleeves and really get into the platform, really showing you how the process works from a scanned object, from a computer-generated model. How can you bring that into the platform, optimize that experience, share, collaborate, perform, and train, all these scenarios that you can apply to your institution in your program. So here's the idea: walk away from this with knowing how it works, how can you apply it to different pedagogical models. So with that, looking forward to sharing these tools with everyone.
And guys, as this is, of course, a regular EON XR global user meeting and webinar, so this is event for you guys. At any point, you have ability to ask a question on the panel. There is also a chat option. I also know that some of our other customer success managers from around the world are joining. So either John, myself, or some of the colleagues will be able to answer your questions. And if we will not be able to answer all the questions straight away during this call, please excuse us and we will do the follow-up. And we hope that you're going to enjoy the session and we jointly going to learn something together. All right, let's kick in that case, John. So, I'm going to share my screen first, if that's okay, guys.
Okay.
And of course, we are very curious. Right now, there are not that many of us, because I believe there are about more than 50 people only joining. We're hoping to get more. But at any point, please join and ask a question. So first thing we want to go over in the agenda is to go over this vision. So I don't know, actually, probably I step a little bit earlier here. So I want to go about the new release and the new elements of the EON XR platform, what's cooking behind the hood of EON XR. So good news, last week, our founder and chairman, Dan Leesker, he had a global webinar when he already introduced for the partners the abilities, the plans, the vision. And what we want to do today with John is to go over the technicalities of the utilization of the platform, how easier it becomes. And with the current release that is to be released right now, is actually the lots of the new improvement and functions, especially considering the fact that you might be using your mobile device directly. So, of course, we all know that the platform supports multiple languages. So that comes in, and then we have those different languages available on the platform. So even more right now being available. The other things in the user profile, you will be able to soon to choose your avatar. So you're opening the EON XR platform for those two new elements of the XR jigsaw. One is called EON Merged XR, which we will talk a little bit more, and the other called Spatial Meeting. And for that, the 3D avatar option will be available for the user to bring up your own individual representation, virtual representation in the so-called metaverse that we created. From a point of view of a new application, we extending the functionality related to the ability to import the models. So Merged XR, and we will talk about it more, but Merged XR allowing to blend and build this symbiotic connection between the digital twin and the real object in reality. What we are adding in here is the ability from the mobile device operates more on the even importing those digital twins. You probably saw, or you've been aware that the technology coming up to the mobile devices related to those multiple cameras on the mobile devices that allowing to scan. John will demonstrate how easy it is to bring up the real objects into the EON XR or into the digital era, into digital elements on the iPad or iOS device, as well as on the Android. There are some applications available for that. And in the platform right now, we have an ability to easily import the models from within your iPad or iOS device or Android as well. Bring that in, check all the jobs that you already have scanned and prepared. You can create a thumbnail and build up this process of importing a 3D assets in an easy way. Further on, we all know that so far EON XR supported lots of various CAD imports, 3D files from the digital content creation software. Right now, with the latest EON XR, we improved the ability to bring up the open standard models like OpenGL. So it's really easy to get them, to manage and bring the models as a part of your creation process in a matter of seconds. And we're going to go through that. Also, as you can imagine, 360 is still a valid element of the virtual reality. So right now we have also an ability to have the bringing in the models directly or the assets directly from within the mobile device. So creating a full 360 lesson, selecting the objects, selecting the photos, bring them in, uploading even, as you can see, and creating a lesson on the mobile device that will be some sort of a demo lesson in the, I'm just going to use a demo category here as well. And so for the test, for the purpose of this webinar, and giving ability to easily launch and build at everything from the level of your phone and having this available within the mobile device, adding those annotations already. Speaking about the annotations, we all know that there is right now a new way to do the annotations. We still have ability to kind of move and position those annotations much more freely around the space, but also we have added far more different abilities to the platform, to the lesson creation, to the 3D experience creation process. So except the typical ones, like recording your audio, we have a text-to-speech, we have an upload directly from a mobile device, but we also add the video PDF and images, which allows me easily to select an image. If I have an image that I would like to apply here, I don't know, let it be the remote control or a solar panel for that instance, I can easily add it there and upload this. Of course, the best is if it's the context of the lesson, but in here I'm just showcasing how easy it is to add the different elements to the 360 experiences, as well as how to kind of, you can build up the quizzes right now further on and having that all in your 360 lesson, not forgetting about the full interactivity and immersiveness from the 360 elements. To talk a little bit more about the new options, of course, inside the platform, there is more coming, especially in the alignment of the model, in bringing that in. But one thing, just to kind of briefly mention, that right now the icons, the models in the library, where you're bringing the library, we can set them up into the one-to-one scale. We can see easily if it's published, not published, if it's one-to-one scale, it's multiple mesh or singular mesh, which makes it much more easy to choose the model that you want from a library and experiment with that and play with or run this model. So choosing the model, in here we have ability to kind of play this lesson, align, and we will play it in a moment. I don't want to put too much of the information, but I want to just highlight the fact that within the lesson that we are right now, within the starts the meeting, at the end of this session, we will start not only a standard meeting, but also a special meetings when we can collaborate and do things jointly together with John. So that's a very brief overview of some of the new functions from the existing user interface. And right now, I believe it will be great if we can go into those new functions that are actually within the platform and ability to build up the merged XR environments and showcasing that, if that's okay. So over to you, John, maybe, and we can start with the first process of bringing a 3D model.
Excellent. So let me share my screen. And what examples we'll be showing now really aligns to these 4 buckets here: learn, train, perform, collaborate. Whether you're bringing in the scan model, whether you're bringing in a computer-generated model, you're in that learn part, you're engaging with your library. And then we're going to show you how you can walk and talk, such as in training. In the future, you'll be able to collaborate and perform a tasks and 3D assessment. And then we'll, at the end of here, we'll collaborate. So all these experiences kind of fall into those buckets. Here we have a scan model. So I'm going to play this video, show you something I created just over the weekend, where I took a scan. So I got my LiDAR camera, I went out there into the actual world, and I looked at this Tesla supercharger station, and using one of the app Scaniverse, I was able to scan this into the system. And as soon as it goes through here, it can show you, that was really quickly, just a few minutes I walked around there, and now I have a scanned model. And right now what I'm doing, I'm importing it to the EON platform. So there's an upload feature where it will be uploaded into the Clear and hit save. And then the lower right-hand corner, it's going to pop in there. And that goes right into my area where I'm going to set the thumbnail. So this is all automatic. You just follow the process. Once I get the image adjusted just right, I'm going to set that thumbnail, and I just click on update. That's going to go through that process. And now I can go ahead into the creation phase. So if you're familiar with EON XR, this is the same process. I'm going to select, name that category, select a category to catalog that experience in. And now I'm in my lesson. Now I'm back on site. I placed my scan model 1-to-1 scale. And now I proceed to an alignment phase. So upper right-hand corner of the screen, I just click on that. And now I have 3 points of references that I can use to align my digital twin to the real world object. You can see I'm using the pointer in these specific locations where I want to place that object. And I'm taking on the ground there to place it right in its position. Once I do that, it's going to align it to that real world object. Again, very easy to use. It automatically maps out that environment. Now I placed it right on there, and now I'm going to hide the model. The model's still there. It's just transparent. It's in the background. Now the lower right-hand corner, with all these tools that you can work with, I can add media content. So I'm just voicing in a command here, supercharger, and speaking into the microphone, and it's going to capture my voice. And I have the option to browse media content, text definitions. I can go to images. I can go right into a video as well. And I'll just have to tap on any one of these items. It gets neatly placed into that specific annotation area. So I'll do a video here. Notice we just tap once. And once I tap on there, that add button on the lower right-hand corner will disappear. And then I'll be able to add that content to the location. Once I have my media content, such as videos, I'm able to rearrange, place them into this appropriate area. Also, what I'm doing right now is what we call an AI search. So I'm first placing my annotation where this AI is going to be located. And now using Bing technology, I'm able to take a snapshot of this object. It's going to bring back several visual matches of what I'm looking at. Now I have the option just to browse through these visual matches. What am I looking at here? Once I tap on the image that I want to dive further into, it will bring me back keywords as well. So it just helps me to refine my search, explore, learn on the go, on site, on location, do my research. And through this process, we are learning a lot here about this object and just browsing this information. It brings me back to the media content. It's a really powerful tool with that AI search. And then I'll be able to play the videos.
At one of our Tesla supercharger stations. Charge your car very quickly and be on your way. Something that's unique about the supercharger is that it's free. It's not just free now, it's free forever. The number of Tesla supercharging stations is increasing dramatically. By the end of this month,
so I could spend some, let me go back there. So I could spend some time just going through those videos. And now I'm going to show you what we call a 3D avatar recording, where once the model is set 1-to-1, lower right-hand corner, I can click on that plus button and record myself walking through a process and talking through a procedure. And now I'm going to play it back to you to see what that would look like.
Here you have the Tesla supercharging station. As you can see, pretty easy to use. There are many types of charging stations. This is the supercharger. As you can see, once you park next to one of these chargers, this is where you will unplug that cord and plug it right into your Tesla for a fast, quick, and easy charge.
So just a snippet of an example of a 3D avatar recording, putting into your your own voice and your own words what you just learned on site. I can save it and then share that experience with other people. Great. Marcin, should I show the other ones or go to the...
I'm going to go right now to the live presentation of that, and we're going to go to the others, if that's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. So we want to make sure that we both entertain you a little bit today. So in this case, let me share my screen. And what I want to do is the similar things that John presented right now, being able to capture, create this digital twin easily. What I'm going to show you that within the platform, of course, as we have those abilities already to edit the content, to start the lesson collaborating, and let me maybe make sure it's better visible. What I want to show you is that right now, as one of the new features inside this, is that the models we can, of course, browse and look and use in a touch mode. We enabled the lesson edition within the AR, as it was already mentioned. So still the object can have all those elements that were before. But right now, going and switching towards the augmented reality, even using my little desk here to present the object into the formats of that, I'm able still to kind of go through this activities and being able to, in a live format, use a text annotation and providing those different annotations that are already built in here. And I can easily grab them, locate them, and having those floating panels and annotation being presented. I can hide them. I can build the new ones, pointing to the object, CNC machine, having a voice recognition, adding as a text, adding also the other elements into it. So let me just take it again and do it using AI. I have an ability also to utilize this CNC machining late machine and having it as a media and utilizing. So those things that John was mentioning right now, it's actually in a live format that we can use the image recognition and find the images that suits us and make them very easy, those floating portals and out of the inside the lesson that I can freely move them around, have them being played and have them being part of my experience, as you can see, together with the audio and others. So that's within the AR mode. We still have this ability, which makes the whole learn, train, perform much more easy. We're going to go also towards the assess process. So as it was mentioned by John, the 3D recordings option right now also works in the AR mode, using a 3D recording button, pressing the record. And right now, everything I do, if I want to assess the process, present the process, for instance, I want to present the variant design that this setup is changed, and I will, for instance, move the machines into the different locations. Just, I think you lost the connection on my device. So just a second, I'm back in here. And having an ability to kind of move the objects, locate them into, presents them, being also in the same time able to interact with all different elements of interactivity, using a pointer, audio recognition, audio recording, and presenting this object, all of that in the AR mode, which wasn't available before. And we have that ability even to have this 3D recording being part of the assessment process. And as you can see right now, there was an upload option. So lessons are updated on the go, very easy to add the lesson element. We have ability also to rearrange the lesson elements when we're creating, when we're building, when we're making this full and illuminated model within the Merged XR. So those are one of the things. And also having an ability even right now to present the model in the 1-to-1 scale. So let me just put the AR mode in here again. So in easy format, and I need to kind of use a little bit more space because, as you can imagine, this machine is relatively big in here. So I have the ability to kind of select and having a 1-to-1 scale. When actually moving around, I should be able to kind of having full feel of the size of the machine, having ability to kind of see it around, and I will even move around in here. Being able to go, bring that inside, check it, look into it from a different perspective, play, and have the ability to have all of those knowledge elements being presented in my little office here, and having it presented like I would be in the classroom, I will be in the laboratory, and we will do some lab lessons together with John also in a collaborative format. So this is just to present how easy it is to create. It's really easy, and having ability to play that lessons. It's also easy, as you can see, having also in AR mode ability to present the objects, start the alignment, hide the model. And one more important function here, which you can see currently within the development of the process, we also understand how important it is to be able to capture what we do, not only as a 3D recording, not only are those amazing functionalities and 3D recordings, videos, audio elements, images, etc., that we can present having them on the screen, but also ability to record your screen and later on share it as elements within your social media, within your LMS systems, as well as a pre-recorded format, how you interact with the object, what you do, and how you act with them, and how you explore these models and share them very easily by pressing a recording and being able to do that straight away and record both from the microphone. So using the functionality of the device, I hope it will allow me to do that. When you're done, you can always share these elements and then publish it to the YouTube, to the other media if you want. So that's some of the new functionalities right now in full use within this platform. So I think, John, we're ready right now to maybe go towards this next element on the list. And I'll stop the sharing my screen.
Okay, let me just take the screen over here and continue. Whoa, looks like I got the hyper blinking screen. Let me try this again. Great. Okay, so just continuing the same process, showing you more examples, what's possible. As Marcin said, there's so many possibilities here with the AR, scaling it to size, making it smaller, and just get this really exploratory approach to learning. So let me show you a few more examples. Kind of along the same lines here, I have a model. Instead of a scan model, it's basically a computer-generated model. And what I did here, I'm going to pause right there. Through our platform, we're able to go into the platform. And if you have your own models, you can bring that in. You have a list of accepted file formats. If you click on here, you'll see all the file types that we work with. You also can get 3D assets from other sources. And there's a link into Sketchfab right through our platform where you can search for models. In this case, I'm searching for a free model. And I just typed in a keyword. There's the Tesla Powerwall 2. And there's the file type that we just talked about, GLTF. They also accept some other ones. And I'll just simply download that file type. And it's a really quick and easy download. And then all I have to do is take that file and drag it over to that import area. So I'll just show you that there. Come right back into my import panel, import 3D model. It's going to capture that file. It's going to convert to a GLB. And great area right here, we can credit the author. So that's something really nice that we've added. You can credit the artist, the author of that model, which will be located in the information section. And then I can assign a category to this as I'm cataloging these experiences. And then once I upload this, and going back to setting the thumbnail, once that's uploaded, it goes right into my lesson content. Once I add it to my library, I can share it. It can be available for everyone to use within my institution. And also here, I'm going to name that, and also I'm going to set the scale. So this is the option here where you can set the point of view, the reference of that avatar. So the avatar stays at the same height. I'm able to reposition that avatar in a different location. How far away do I want to be from that model? How big is that model in relation to the person? So I can resize that and click on that person, slide this over, want that in front of me. And I'm able to click on the object, come over there, and you can see that that little bar will set the height of that model. So I can set the reference, where exactly I want to be positioned. Once I hit save, that will be saved to everyone. As we're going to see shortly here, we can set up spatial meetings. They need to be in that 1-to-1 scale for everyone to experience that same environment. So here I've set the scale. I'm placing my model in AR mode. and I can move it around, have all those interactive tools that come into play. And once again, I'm using this Merged XR tool where I can do additional research. I'm using the AI search function, taking a snapshot of that object, and allows me to visually see matches. I can continue investigating and researching the specific topic. And this will lead me to keywords, which will eventually lead me to that media panel, which I can start researching more. There's my keyword. And I can select multiple keywords as well. And then it automatically pops up all the media content, the text, the images, videos that we can add to my lesson content. And once I add that there, get that ready and play some content here.
They own panels where they're all of the electrical equipment, which includes, as you can see here, relocating all of the existing.
So that could be a training video that you create and input in that area. It could be learning a process, and there's that 3D avatar recording as well, where I go through that.
This is the Tesla Powerwall, which is a rechargeable lithium-ion battery stationary home energy storage product manufactured by Tesla. Inside, so you take a walk around businesses and also the mega package for electrical grid use.
So I can play it back, and a lot of interesting functionalities right there. Here's another situation. I can bring in another car. So I'm bringing in a car into my environment. And what really this does, it brings into context the models that we're working with. I can contextualize it, bring into my environment. I can, in distance education settings, still connect myself to these objects or spaces, and the ability to really explore different objects. You can see I can walk right through that model as well. What does it look like on the inside? What's on the outside?
Okay, here we have
there's that 3D avatar recording,
which is an electric mid-size 4-door car developed for 358 miles. As we walk,
I can go even inside of that model and talk about the interior. I can go right to the AI search, take a snapshot of what I'm looking at, the interior of this model, and see the visual matches that come up with that type of search. Again, leads me to keywords, which then I'll be able to play media content in this section.
A lot of stuff, very minimal, very cool looking. I do like a 3-spoke wheel like this. I think it's sporty.
So just the learning that can take place. And then lastly here, another example, the adjust 1-to-1 scale. Again, I can place myself outside. Now, if it's an environment, I can place myself inside of the environment if that's what I want to, for the point of view to show up. And can easily switch just using that little bar, I can make it bigger or smaller. You can see how the number adjusts in terms of the height in meters. It's saved, and then it's set. And as Marcin showed you earlier, that 1-to-1 circle will show up on the lesson. And that is your indicator that that is a 1-to-1 lesson. And here I have the Cybertruck nicely placed into my living room. a little tight, but you can see I can start learning and looking at these
Tesla
content.
Cybertruck. Its release date, feature, range, specs, accessories, and more. The Cybertruck is built with an exterior shell for ultimate durability.
So there they continue to do the avatar recording as well.
Tesla is developing the Cybertruck. The stated goal, a sustainable energy substitute for fossil fuel power.
And then the AI search, where I can take a snapshot of that, and it brings back the visual matches of what we're looking at. Again, with text, images, audio, and it makes it nice where I can rearrange if I walk around that, I can grab that video and place it neatly in different positions and locations. So those are the examples I wanted to show you, and how you can use either a scanned environment, scanned object, or a computer-generated environment, setting that 1-to-1 scale.
Brilliant. Thank you, John.
Great.
So there is actually one of the questions that came in and hasn't been yet addressed, and that's what I want to show. So with all of those features, how you can get access to them, and one of the information, so in each of the institute, as you guys know, there is some lead administrators. And EON Reality, within the existing GGP contracts and the partnership contract with various organizations around the world, we have provided the the licenses of Merged XR in a special meeting. Right now, it's still the end of the year, but I know our teams are going to be discussing this also with you, with the lead administrators. And what I want to show is that the lead administrators right now within the organization has ability to add this Merged XR in a special meeting to your existing profile. That means that there is no need to create a new account. It's much more easy to kind of allocate those licenses for your use inside the inside your organization as per so. And with that, I also would like to continue this process and showcase right now two elements, because I believe we have enough time to go. There is some other question is how can I do this scan, and is it possible for me with my device? Do I need to have a specialized device to be able to merge and build that Merged XR and having a special meeting? So the answer is you can use your existing Android devices. I know my colleague Ali shared on the chat the technical requirements as per which devices are using. So we are supporting both the new features on the iOS and Android, as well as we're coming with some of the new features to the PC version and Mac versions as well. And within the lesson process, when you are starting a lesson, and I'm going to try to stay in the same renewable energy topic. Here is some sort of an elements that are based on the solar energy, how it is converted. It's an in-house installation of the inverter. So I can place it on my desk as an augmented reality as before. So it's in here. I have ability, of course, to explore it in augmented reality. But in the same time, having this model, I have an ability here on the top to do the alignment. And I will show later on how to do the scanning, but right now I will align at this point, for instance, on the model. I can align this point to, and you can see that in the real time, my environment is being scanned, and I'm going to put it onto my wall here, select another point of reference on the 3D model, and I'm able to point it to the other location on the wall. Then I can choose if I wanted another third point and map it there. If I will map it correctly based on those information, it will be mapped based on that format. If I done it wrongly, I can always place the object, select it, and redo this process in an easy format that can just start the alignment, select the first point, real-time scanning, putting the first point here, second point putting somewhere else, and the third point putting in another location, 3 points alignment, easily mapping and fitting into the wall. And in the time, we can always hide the elements, have the annotations if that exists, and all the knowledge attached. A little bit detached on my screen because I pointed to the wrong points, but it is easy process to do it. And now I will allow myself to show you also how easy it is to build that by using a 3D scanning technology, so the things that were shown. So our recommendation as EON is that you're using existing scan. You can use the library, as John mentioned, using a Sketchfab or other libraries. There are plenty of them. But there are applications already existing, like a Scaniverse, that are able to create this digital twin in a matter of the seconds. And if you have the iOS device, or if you have a latest Samsung device, they have a much more support toward the 3D scanning. We can scan the object, and you can see how easy it is to kind of scan the objects from a different point of view, and having this representation of the digital world, of the real world as a digital format. In this case, it's not maybe very attractive desk, but what I want to show is that if you are in the laboratory, if you want to create that, if you want to bring easily the models, even edit those models, we can use even this third-party solutions. That what EON does best is to kind of not reinventing the wheel, being able to integrate what exists and create those immersive experiences based on the existing solutions, being able to save it, being able to share this model from within the application in the matter of seconds into the EON XR, upload to the library, and make it available by using this GLB format. So it's not as only as we kind of showing, it's really easy process to bring that models, align, and illuminate your reality, building this digital twin and utilizing all the other function that we showed you before. And as I showed, it's very easy to set up the thumbnail for the model, few seconds as we talk, take a snapshot, update that thumbnail, and build that as a effective element of your VR XR experience, creating that lesson, setting up the category, and everything else as we showed before. It's possible to be done. And one more thing in here to, of course, the mention is that within those models, so for instance, the being able to creating it, the next level in the creation process, or next level into the building, is the ability to build those assessments, the ability to assessment. So of course we had so far the ability to build a quiz question. So for instance, what is this? And having those kind of a quiz question that we can put here easily, monitor, desk. And as you can see, I'm doing on the go. I will just select the option, which is selecting it time. And here on the top, there are two other things that probably we didn't talk about yet. So one is to set up the camera view. I'm able to set up a camera view which will be allocated to that point in the instruction. Why is it important? Because I can build a step-by-step process presentation from the specific point. I have ability, there is no animation, but if there will be animation, I have ability to link a computer animation together with that steps, save it and make it a part of your process. And then having it presented in the augmented reality right now on my desk as a, although align it right now, the alignment should be a little bit better. So I'm going to take a center of the screen here and the center of the screen in here. And maybe I will take the edge of the monitor, making that alignment. As you can see, the virtual model or virtual twin is on top. And as John showed, we can have this object being presented. We have ability to easily build up this interaction webcam and adding those elements as before, choosing, adding, and that should be already later on as an even text-to-speech option, being presentable, easy to manage and easy to present on top of the real object. So illuminating the world in a matter of seconds. So that's just to show you the live presentation of how the scans can be taken. And I think looking on the time, and we have a 20 minutes, and we probably would like to leave at least 5 or 7 minutes for some questions, a Q&A session at the end. I think looking on our agenda, John, I think it will be good to maybe move towards the special meeting, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's get into it.
So, I mean, we have prepared two of the elements. Which one you think we should start first, John?
How about the parking meter?
The parking meter first? Okay, so I thought we might be doing the laboratory first, if you don't mind.
Okay, let's do the laboratory first.
Okay, so we will go to, so when the objects are in the library, you can see that there are lots of different models, and when they have a 1-to-1 scale, opening this model, we still have to be in the same institute. So John and I, we have to be on the same institute. We are, which we are right now on it. And here, when we're doing a meeting, we have those credentials and options to start the special meeting. So I'm going to start the special meeting right now. And John, I will provide you the numbers in a second so you can join and we can demonstrate it how, based on the 3D object, multiple parts, multiple elements into the space. As you can see, this is the model right now. Setting up an avatar, and I will use the avatar, one of the avatars, and being able to either present it on the desk, but it will be presented in 1-to-1 scale. So preferably I'm going to place it here and maybe just to do one little effect so my green screen is not obscuring the view. So I will put it a little bit more that. So having the ability here to start the online meeting. The meeting details, I think you can see here.
Yeah, the camera's covering it, so.
Is it okay? So it's 370.
Okay.
042.
042.
514.
514. Okay. 1 second.
And as we already had this special meeting functionality as before, so we have ability to kind of look at it. But this model as an automatic format is presented in 1-to-1 scale. And I will allow myself to stand up a little bit and and show you a little bit differently this process. So being able to go around, look around this object. And I'm using the production version.
So you're on the daily?
XR, I'm on the XR library. Just to check it, I was in the XR library.
Okay, I'm XR library logging in.
So the thing is that we have to be in the same institute. And in that case, of course, we have all those ability to be presenting, having those information coming up from that, having a presenter pointer, having an ability to drag, drop, move the objects inside it, and having also a collaborative session with the others.
Okay, as I'm joining, it's just something about the Innovation Academy.
Just a second, let me get and check it. Oh, maybe I make a mistake very quickly. EON XR. So the standard. In the production, in the XR library.
042-514.
No, I changed that. I'm going to change the detail because I disconnected. So
okay,
let's
we'll
try
reconnect
again.
again in the same library, then connecting on that.
XR library on the production just to showcase that. So this is the lesson, and I'm going to start the meeting here, and the details will be John 356-919-713, as you can see on the screen.
Okay.
Okay, so I will do this spatial meeting. Once again, what we have right now at this very moment, and I don't know how well you guys can see, on the very moment we have a limited amount of the avatars, but we're building up this ability to bring out the more of those avatars into this, and we can present the object and having this laboratory here. How's it going for you, John?
Logging in here. It's telling me it's on the Innovation Academy, but
no, it isn't.
Yep, I see 356.
Maybe we have to double check it. Don't worry on that.
Yeah.
And so maybe we will start the parking meter in this case, and we will try it. So I'm going to use this parking meter elements in here, also to showcase it. And in this case, John, just for your information, I'm going to use the daily.
Daily. Let's do that.
Yeah. Some of the things we prepare in advance, I want to be sure. So in XR library, going into the object, being able to start the meeting. Once again, this time the details, John, maybe third time is the charm. Yeah. Yeah. 584-500-990. You can see it on the screen.
You can see that. Yep.
I'm going to start the meeting. Starting it here. Loading the avatar. And placing the objects in a 1-to-1 scale, which actually came from a 3D scanning. And I will just make a space so you guys will be able to see it from my perspective.
Okay, and on my side, I'm joining here, so I'm going through the same process. I'm selecting my avatar for my location.
And I can already see you join. So let's mute for a moment from that meeting. So as you can see
on my screen as well.
So even in here, I'm just going to make a little bit more space so you guys can see it, all the things, how it look like. So I have the ability to kind of browse through this model. And as you can see, it comes from the 3D scanning. And actually, I can see John's avatar being presented here. And just a second, because my model kind of disappear right now, and I can be the presenter. And bear with me. It's Murphy's Law a little bit here. Because I can see your avatar and I'm kind of connected. I can see you moving. So if you put your iPad up, you will be able to show the kind of head movement, right? When you will become the presenter, we can see also the avatar being able to present and cast the object. And right now, placing in the object here. Let me just put that in. It's kind of weird. It's probably Today is not our day, John, or at least in here, because it says tap to put the object. I don't know if you can maybe start this, stops the beep, become a presenter, John, and maybe you can also switch to seeing. You can see that well, John?
Yeah, let me try presenting on my screen.
Yes, please go ahead, because maybe there is some problem with my cable connection here.
There we go.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
So we're in this environment. So I see Marcin, and I'm currently presenting. So as the presenter, I can, upper right-hand corner, I have these tools. I have this little laser that I can work with. I have a little hand that I can grab different objects. So I'll let you take the control, Marcin.
Yeah.
And I can see you walk around the space. I'm going to let go of the control.
So right now I can kind of go around. As you can see, I'm also able to look around, go around the objects.
Yes.
Sorry that the image from the webcam will not be the best from my side, but being able to kind of go around the object.
There you are.
Presented, discuss, showcase the elements on the object as well as annotations to you. Yes, so you can see them. I have ability to kind of point, discuss, and present it. Right now, it doesn't display the way, I mean, I would prefer it to do because of the cable connection, but it is working, kind of being able to be in this space and in the same time, being able still to see you. And I'm pointing right now, looking into your face. If I'm going to put my face down or face up with my elements and being able maybe almost like a virtually shake the hand and being able to collaborate. So in the same time, having the audio connectivity, being able to see the object in photorealistic elements, being able to kind of make the object disappear and become a semi-transparent, as you can see. And if there will be some annotation, quizzes, elements inside it, I'm also able to do so within that process.
And imagine the possibilities here, just from a pedagogical point of view and training, having industry experts come in and present from a remote situation into your classroom, having students join a classroom with an industry professional, talking about different elements, going through the training process. Or this could be a test. I could be the teacher and I could have my student come in and, walk me through the procedures of maintenance on this parking meter. How does the solar system capture this? So there's so many possibilities here from we can be in different parts of the world, different locations, but we're connected. We're going through a training process. We're having to explain procedures, but looking at the same object. So there's so many exciting applications here for education and training.
So actually, I left this meeting for a moment here because I had the little information, which once again comes with the message that the organizers have left the meeting.
Yep.
So maybe we can go right now. We have about 10 minutes, so it will be good to go up to the summary in here on this. I'm going to browse through the Q&A questions. I know Ali is quite active on this. I see lots of people from different places are joining.
Yeah.
And yes, we support lots of the 3D file formats. That's one of the answers to the question. Can we showing it through the website? So yes, it's possible. Those things that you see in here, those elements, and let me also show my screen. The lessons, the creation content, the ability is possible, of course, to be done from the iOS device, from the Android device, and I have Android device also available, and the same functionalities. And let me just put that in, hopefully quickly here. The same functionalities within those devices will be available on the platform as well. So you should be able to see this. This is on the Android, so being able to sign in to the platform. I'm just going to be a little lazy and let my phone to remember my password. And having it there, all of those abilities for seeing the model, importing the model, managing the content. And here I just need to, because I'm on a different account, so I'm going to switch to the extra library on this one. And being able to kind of see those one-to-one elements or going into this laboratory as I was before, even from the phone, I have ability to start the meeting, and the option for a special meeting is available here to start it. So all of those are available. The only advantage, if anyone will ask, of the current iOS devices versus the Android devices is the fact that there are less of the spectrum of different iOS devices, but the latest one have a LiDAR technology built in for easy scanning. But it is still possible to go in here, import those content and lots of the elements as it was shown, including this GLB that we scanned, GLTF file formats with the other textures is done. Also, one thing good to know that you can put multiple files, textures, models all together in here as well, and it will be some process of a pre-check on the GLB to making sure that everything is what you need is this there when you're importing, processing through the jobs, making sure everything is all right, and presenting it in library. Now I'm going over to the other questions before we're gonna wrap up. Okay, so we have people from Kosovo, Kenya. That's great, but I don't see that many of the questions actually coming in. So yes, and there is a question about the saving on the Oculus Quest. So yes, we recognize the importance of using those devices, and as a little bit of preview of what's going on as a new thing within this is that the currently the EON XR will support something called Open XR. So we're going to the support Open XR, which means it will become even far more different devices that you can use and utilize within the platform. So that is coming in and will become part of this agnostic approach of EON within the content creation, and that you can, using OpenXR, access multiple devices and deploy them and playing those lessons on multiple devices.
Here's a question on, will the software work offline? So on the individual lessons on your iPad or mobile device, you can download a lesson offline. There's a button on the upper right-hand corner, download that offline, and then there's a menu at the home screen. There's an offline menu where you'll be able to access that information. And as Marcin is showing, that little button, you just click on that. Once it downloads, it turns to green. And that means that you can access that offline mode. And then to see that menu back in the home screen portal, there's an offline modality. So really makes it convenient if you're going on a trip, going somewhere with low internet connection, you want to download that offline, you can continue learning through your mobile applications.
But of course, you have to remember that not all of the functionality in the offline, due to the obvious reasons, collaboration order cannot be used. And there is an option, of course, for the people to manage the offline lessons as well within the platform, seeing which lesson become an offline. And if I will showcase right now on my mobile device without any application running, I'm going to switch off the network. I'm no longer connected to the network. Opening EON XR automatically presents the download. So it's even automatically recognize either you're online or offline, and based on that option, providing you ability to play that content as an offline format here, with still lots of the elements being inside it. So I'm right now working on the offline mode, including the ability to have the AR and being able to kind of find a spot, just to kind of find a flat surface, and being able to present the object, everything in offline. Because as you can see, my phone is not connected to any Wi-Fi network, nor any mobile broadband at this very moment. So that's some good questions. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't see much
in here. See any other questions.
All right. So guys, what's next in this case? So as we demonstrated, the new functions are coming in. The teams are releasing the new version. It's going to be available on both Android and automatically allow you to update your applications. Please remember also that within the download section, the latest version always will be available for you here to download for the Windows. Windows 11 also works, just so you know, we tested it. And the other thing is that with every month, as we say, we have this webinar, and we want to be sure we are aligning to your needs, your topics, the most urgent things that you would like to know. So next month, I'm not actually 100% sure which of our colleagues will be presenting the elements, but we will be going into more depth sessions, and every single one going into another one. So please stay tuned. Your lead administrators, your EON XR users will be informed about upcoming events. There's lots of exciting opportunities and lots of exciting elements within the lesson creation, sharing, collaborating, coming up within the EON XR platform. So we're hoping that we're going to explore that together with you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, just stay tuned for additional information. Again, as we expand these tools, add new features, we'll be including these into these webinar series and talking about it, not only from a technical point of view, but also from an application point of view. How can you use these tools for your training needs in the classroom? How can we implement this into your current learning environment? And again, we can integrate this into a learning management system. So if your institution is using an LMS environment through an LTI integration, you can integrate these XR experiences into current lessons or curriculums that already exist. And you're just enhancing certain aspects of that curriculum with XR experiences through these platforms. So be on the lookout for more information, but let us know if you want anything specific, and we can definitely reconnect on any specific needs you have in terms of your institution.
Great. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending, and have a great rest of the day, evening, wherever you are, and we're looking forward to see you next time.
Excellent. Thanks, everyone.